Right now we're going to use base 10 blocks to demonstrate how to multiply 14 times 12. We used base 10 blocks to represent 14 and 12. We used a 10, a 1, a 1, a 1, and another 1 to represent 14. And we used a 10 and two ones to represent 12. Now let's multiply using our blocks. 10 times 10 equals 100. 10 times 1 equals 10. 10 times 1 equals 10. 10 times 1 equals 10. And 10 times 1 equals 10. Now let's use this block. 1 times 10. Now let's add up all of our blocks from our chart. We have one 100 block. So we would do 1 times 100, which equals 100. Now let's add up our 10 base blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we had 6 10 base blocks, which 6 times 10 equals 60. Now let's add up together our 1 unit blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we had 8 times 1 unit blocks, which equals 8. Now, all we need to do is add this 100, 60, and 8 together. So let's do our ones. 0 plus 0 plus 8 equals 8. 0 plus 6, and we bring down our 1. So 12 times 14 equals 168.
Now for another way to multiply, we have place value multiplication. So for place value, we're going to draw a box. Okay, and we're going to multiply 12 by 14, just like we did with the blocks. So our 12 and our 14. Now we're going to break it up into 10 and 2 for our base 10 and our ones. We're going to do the same for 14. Now, we're going to have 10 times 10, which gives us 100. And then we're going to go 10 times 2, and that'll give us 20. Now we're going to do 4 times 10, it'll give us 40. And now we're going to multiply our 1, so 2 times 4, will give us 8. So just like the blocks, we have our 100 block, our 10s blocks, and our 1s block. Now we're going to add them together. So we're going to have 100 plus 20 plus 40 plus 8. When we add them all together, we have our 1s column, so we're going to have 8. Our 10s column is going to have 6. And then we're going to bring our 100s column down for 1. So our total is 168, just like with the blocks. Now for the traditional method. So we have 12 times 14. So we start with the 4 times the 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. We add the 0. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Now we add these up. 8 and 0 is 8. 4 and 2 is 6. 1 we bring down. 168, just like we got with the base 10 blocks and place value block.
Now to apply what we have learned to word problems.
Mrs. Moore took her 4th grade class of 15 students to the zoo. Admission to the zoo is $11 for each student. How much money will Mrs. Moore pay for student admission? Well, if for one student it is $11, let's find out how much it is for 15. So we'll do 15 times 11. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. Add your 0. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. So let's add those up. $165.
Do 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 do! Hurrah!
Hurrah!
Hurrah!